Many people in the United States run for political office. They want to serve the people. They make laws and decisions that impact everyone. Some of these politicians own businesses. This is normal. What is important is to see if their businesses affect their work as politicians. Running a business means making money. It also means making choices that can help or hurt others. When a politician owns a business, there can be a conflict of interest. This means their business interests might make them act against the best interests of the people they represent. It's like having two hats, and sometimes it's hard to know which hat they're wearing when they make decisions. It's important to be aware of these potential conflicts. We need to ask questions. We need to make sure politicians are working for the people, not just for themselves. Politicians are supposed to make decisions that are good for everyone. But what happens when their own businesses could be affected by those decisions? Let's say a politician owns a lot of land. They might vote for laws that make it easier to build on that land, even if it's bad for the environment. Or maybe a politician owns a company that makes medicine. They might vote against laws that make medicine more affordable, even if it means people can't get the medicine they need. These are just examples, but they show how business interests can create conflicts of interest for politicians. It can be hard to prove that a politician's business interests directly influence their decisions, but sometimes the connection is clear. For example, there have been cases of politicians voting on laws that directly benefit their own companies. This is a clear conflict of interest, and it erodes public trust. Even when there's no direct connection, there can be a more subtle influence. Politicians might be more likely to listen to lobbyists from industries they have a stake in. They might be more sympathetic to the needs of businesses like their own. This kind of influence can be harder to spot, but it's important to be aware of. Democracy works best when everyone's voice is heard, and when politicians act in the best interests of the people. But when politicians have strong business ties, it can be hard to know whose interests they are really serving. This is why transparency is so important. Voters need to know about the business interests of their elected officials. This information helps them make informed decisions at the ballot box. Ultimately, it's up to voters to decide whether or not they are comfortable with a politician's business interests. But by being aware of these issues, and by demanding transparency, we can help ensure that our democracy works for everyone, not just for the wealthy and well-connected.